There is now a movement in the archaeological community where they have chosen to 3D print certain ancient monuments for historic preservation purposes, or so they say. The first monument displayed by the IDA, or Institute of Digital Archaeology, was the Arch of Baal, which is now known as the Triumphal Arch or the Arch of Palmyra, because many religious groups responded negatively to the name Baal on the title. This is also the historic monument that ISIS destroyed several years ago. If you're not familiar with what this represents, to put simply, this arch stood at the entrance to the Temple of Baal, where people would come, offer their children in sacrifice, perform orgies, among many other forbidden rituals. So this arch has been faithfully recreated through 3D printing and taken to key events and locations around the world where the elite gather to discuss globalization plans. This includes world government summits, as well as locations of financial dominance. The first one was displayed on Trafalgar Square in London in April of 2016. Worth noting is the fact that the very date they picked to display this arch is of utmost significance to the occult. The second one was displayed in New York on September of 2016. And finally, the most recent one displayed in Washington, D.C. this past September. However, their efforts are not limited to the most influential nations of the world. The arch was also set up in Dubai at the World Government Summit back in February of last year. Also last year, it was displayed at the G7 Cultural Summit held in Florence, Italy, from March to April. It's not far-fetched to say that they are offering the power and finances of the world to Baal as a sacrifice. Now let's see how the spirit of the bull exerts its influence in a different format. The statue you see here is called Europa and the Bull. It is in Brussels, Belgium, which is where the headquarters of the European Union is, and the story behind it will certainly startle most. According to multiple retellings of the story, Europa was a Cretan moon goddess who was incorporated as a beautiful Phoenician or Canaanite in Greek mythology. One day the god Zeus saw Europa and lusted after her, but because he was married to Hera, he devised a plan to approach Europa without Hera's knowing. He transformed himself into a majestic white bull to close in on her. Europa was immediately attracted to the white bull. It seemed tame, friendly, and very alluring. She comes close to it, starts petting it, and eventually mounts it. Then the bull runs off with her and takes her to the island of Crete. He then transforms himself back into Zeus, sleeps with her, and they have 3 children from this encounter. And regrettably, from this woman, the name of Europe is derived. To add to that, as I said, the statue is located in Brussels, Belgium, which is notorious for disturbing acts of pedophilia. Next, in America, another well-known image of a bull is placed in the Wall Street financial district of Manhattan in New York. Its name is the Charging Bull. According to the artist of the statue, the purpose behind it is to portray how the people that work in this district aggressively tackle the financial issues they are involved in. But it's a curious choice, however, that they chose a bull to represent their resolve. And in similar fashion to Europa and the bull, we have a young girl coming face to face with the overpowering essence of this specific horned animal. So we see the obvious influence of the spirit of the bull in today's society, but this spirit has also captured the minds of many people through another horned animal, and that's the goat. I assume many of you are familiar with the grand opening ceremony of the Gotthard Tunnel in Switzerland. It is the largest underground transport tunnel in operation today, but as you can see by the footage, there is no direct connection between the grand opening ceremony and the purpose of the tunnel. The entire so-called artistic display was chock full of symbolism and reenactments of occultic rituals. It was yet another shameless attempt by the elite to hide in plain sight the lifestyles they lead in secret. And let's not forget the recent controversial incident concerning the statue of Baphomet that was about to be erected in the capital of Arkansas. This was orchestrated by TST, or the Satanic Temple, where they wanted to place the statue next to the Ten Commandments monument in order to emphasize religious freedom. They put it away due to civil backlash, but nevertheless, somebody drove into the Ten Commandment monument and broke it to pieces anyway.